What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we hop into today's video, I want to say if you guys haven't checked out my 2 videos I've posted recently, I need you to go check those out. Like always, I need you to like, comment, subscribe to my channel so you can see more content from yours truly. Now let's get into this video. Alright, you guys, today's video is going to be much needed high school advice. I think this is something that everybody could use, whether you're a freshman or, sophomore, junior, whatever grade you're going into. This is some advice you might need. It's definitely that time of year. Everybody's going back to school. Even though I've been out of high school, for 4 years now. I know I'm so old, right? But yeah, let me just give you guys some advice and tips, and let's get into it. So yeah, the first piece of advice I would give you guys is you might not keep the same friends. This is something that sucks, and this is something I might hate to tell you guys, but going into high school, you're going to meet new people. Just because you've have the same friends that you've had, through elementary and middle school, you guys might go off in different paths and different journeys in high school. Like high school is like a totally different ball game. Like it's totally different. It's a totally different dynamic than when you were in middle school and elementary school, and there's so many different people in high school, and people coming from all different types of places, and it's just really easy to drift off from your old friends and make new ones, and that's okay. It's all part of life and growing, and definitely with high school, people are going to venture off and do their own thing, and make different types of friends, and have different friend groups. I think that's what high school is sort of about too, is yes, you're growing up, you're getting older, and that comes with change, and sometimes you guys might not be as close as you were, if that makes sense. So, but definitely do not get discouraged. It's definitely something that just happens in high school. I definitely could say, the friends that I've had, in middle school and elementary school, we didn't really talk in high school, and we weren't really in the same type of friend group and dynamic. So definitely one thing I would definitely say is, be prepared for change, whether that be friends or anything like that. You might not keep the same friends that you've had for, through middle school and elementary school. It could change because high school it's big, it's different people, it's, new faces. So definitely don't be afraid of the change, and don't be afraid to make new friends. Just do not be afraid. Go all in. And that's what it's about. You're supposed to make friends. Yes, you're there for a reason. You're supposed to, get an education, make good grades, but at the same time, it makes it a little bit easier when you have some friends to go along with the journey. So, yeah, definitely just know that you might not keep the same friends, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, another piece of advice I want to give you guys is be yourself. I definitely always tell you guys throughout my other previous videos to always be yourself, but definitely in high school, you really want to be yourself. Just because it's so easy to, follow the trends and follow the crowds and, do what everybody else is doing, that bullshit. But no, you be yourself. Be who you are. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't go into high school thinking that you need to be a certain way to fit in, because the genuine people are going to gravitate towards you. They don't, they're not gonna like you just because you have, the newest clothes and the newest shoes. They're gonna like you for who you are and your personality, and just, what you bring to the table. Don't try to be somebody else to fit in. I think a lot of people, especially freshmen, coming into high school, and, even sophomores and juniors, people want to fit in so much, but the thing is, you guys can't fall into that. You have to be yourself. You have to be authentic, and you have to be comfortable in your own skin, especially in high school. I think that's a time where it is the time to start finding yourself and finding out what you like and your dislikes, and, just find your worth, and definitely don't ever change just because you think you need to fit in with a certain group of friends or a certain group of a clique or whatever the fuck, that bullshit. Don't fall for it. Be who you are. Be yourself. Love yourself. Hold yourself up with the highest amount of respect. And don't let anybody, try to disrespect you or play you. Just, be yourself. It's so easy to be yourself than it is to pretend to be something that you're not. Definitely. All right, another little advice, something that I think is definitely important. And if you want to keep friends and make friends, you will listen to the step and do not do it. And that is, don't be in drama. I know it's kind of hard, and sometimes drama does follow, you at times, even when you try to not really be around it and try to even associate yourself with it, but don't be in drama. Like, people do not like somebody that's always in drama. Drama to me is not cool. Like, people think it's so exciting, and it's just like the greatest thing ever when something explodes, or there's some type of drama or some type of tea. But it's not. I don't think it's a good way to make friends. And this is just my personal advice. No one likes somebody who's always in drama, because usually people look at you as like you can't be trusted. You're always into something. You're always in some fucking bullshit, some back and forth shit, and you don't want that. Like, people are gonna be, they're gonna be wary of you. They're not gonna want to get to know you. They're not gonna want to be around you because you're always in some trauma. You're always in an argument or in a fight. Now, I'm not saying to take anybody's bullshit. That's not what I'm saying, you guys. But I'm saying is, don't, if somebody's not messing with you, or somebody's not, trying to bother you, or whatever the case may be, just don't entertain it. Don't listen to the drama. Don't listen to the gossip, because nothing comes good from that. It's always gonna be issues. People, like, from what I've seen and what I've, certain people that that me personally, that I went to high school with, that were always in drama, nobody really liked them. Nobody really fucked with them, because we always knew what was gonna come with that person. We always knew that person was, just, it always was bad vibes. So definitely just stay out of drama. It's not worth it. Like, you'll make more friends if you just be cool and be who you are, than just always being in drama and always being in somebody's business and trying to get the tea. It's just not worth it, you guys. Don't do it. Stay out of the drama. Alrighty, you guys, another piece of advice that I definitely think is so important is focus on those grades and or homework. That's the reason why we go to school. We go to school to learn and to make good grades. I definitely think it's so important, especially, like I said, my freshmen that are coming in to high school, or, seniors. It's definitely important to focus, regardless, or whatever grade, Let me not just say freshmen or seniors, whoever, school is so important. I think that, sometimes when we're going into high school, we tend to think, grades are the last thing that's important, or the last thing, we should think of. It's time to get lit and turn up, because you're in high school. But grades are super important. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun. Definitely, everybody needs to have fun, every now and then, and let their hair down and be a little crazy and wild. We all like a good time. But when you're in school, it's definitely so important to focus on your grades, especially, the future. Time flies so fast. These 4 years are going to fly by for you guys, and you don't want to just waste it by just, having a good time. That's all you were focused on, or boys or girls or whoever, or petty little drama. You need to focus on those grades. Your grades is what's going to take you far. It's what's going to get you into a great college, and then lead on to a better career, Don't ever doubt grades. Don't ever slack off. Don't ever think that grades are not important, because they most definitely are. And don't ever give up on your grades. Homework is a lot. I definitely understand, especially, with after school activities and relationships and friends, and, homework is a lot, but you have to get it done. You have to stay on top of it. If you ever feel like you're slacking, get some help, go to a tutor, ask for a friend. Don't start slacking off. Don't start getting behind, because once you start getting behind, it's going to be so much harder to catch up. And then who wants to be the kid that's behind, because then you're so lost. Everybody's so, already ahead of you and on the ball, and you're just trying to catch up, So definitely focus on your grades. Always do your homework. Make time for that. No matter what, before anything comes first, make sure those grades and homework are done and intact. So, so you can get a good job and, start looking at colleges and, really make a better future for yourself. And that starts with grades. For a fact, make sure those grades are on fleek. I don't know if fleek is not cool anymore, but yeah, make sure those grades are on point at all times, and make sure that homework is always done. All right, guys, another tip or advice I would say is get into some after school activities, whether it be drama club, sports, I don't care what it is. Get into an after school activity. For one, it looks good on resumes and things like that. It also keeps you out of trouble. I know sometimes, being so young, and adolescents and things like that, we tend to get into trouble, and we tend to kind of push the limit and see how far we can really go. And trust me, that doesn't always, go as planned. So definitely do some after school activities. Find out what you're interested in. That's what high school is about. That's why they have so many different clubs and activities and things that you can really get yourself involved with. And it's a good way to meet friends, and it's a good way to start socializing more. If you are a shy person, it's definitely a great way to break out of your box and definitely branch off and get to know people and make connections. That's also what high school is about. Make those connections, make those long-term connections, because you never know what type of bond you can have with somebody. Just because somebody's different or because they come from a different background, that doesn't mean anything. And after school activities are just, it's fun for kids, you know. Me, of course, I was never into after school activities. That's why I did get into trouble at times. But if I could go back and do it all over again, I definitely think that I would participate and really get into after school activities, because I know some of my friends that they did after school activities and they were into things like that, after school programs and things like that, and they loved it. And definitely they said it stayed out of trouble, unlike my ass, you know. But that's neither here nor there, you guys. But definitely get into some after school activities, talk to people, see what, you know, they have to offer around the schools, whatever school you're at. Make sure you do your research, look up some after school activities, things that you can get into, because it's so important, and it will definitely keep you guys out of trouble, because who wants that? I don't want to see you guys in trouble, you know, because that shit ain't cool. So yeah, get into some after school activities and just look it up, and you never know. They can be so, you know, much fun, and just a great way and a great learning experience for, you know, upcoming freshmen or whoever. Do some after school activities. All right, this is some little advice for my freshmen. I know being a freshman coming into high school, you guys are so scared and so nervous, and it could be a lot. It's definitely a change from, you know, coming in, you know, from, you know, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade coming into high school. It's definitely a huge change. It's a huge culture shock. I think anybody can say that. Anybody who was a freshman at, you know, at a point in time, we can all definitely say it is such a change, and it's definitely something that is going to get used to. But I want to give you guys this one little advice, or, you know, my opinion, and definitely be yourself. Don't ever go into high school thinking that you need to fit in with anybody. I know, you know, freshmen, it's so hard, and, you know, we want to fit in, and you want to be accepted by these people, and you want to, you know, not get picked on or judged or whatever the case may be. I know a million thoughts can run through your mind at times, you know, for a freshman, but just don't ever change for anybody. I don't care who they are. If real people are going to like you for you, don't feel like you need to change or lower your standards or any of that bullshit just to keep people around you, just to keep friends, or just to keep, you know, the attention, whatever the fuck it is. Be yourself, love yourself. This is you only get this experience once. You only will be in high school once, so make it count. Don't fucking follow the trends, you know. Just be you. Definitely be yourself. Do not change for anybody. I don't care what they try to say. I don't care how they try to peer pressure you. Be you, and trust me, the real people will love it and the fake will hate it. Simple, period. And this is some advice from my seniors. Now, you guys are going to be leaving high school, but one thing and one little piece of advice I'm going to give you guys is the beginning of your senior year, even before that, start looking over the summer, start looking at colleges, start applying, start really getting your foot into the door and trying to, you know, start looking for good colleges, or, you know, college isn't for everybody. So if that isn't your thing, start looking for a good paying job around town or wherever, you know, that you could leave or travel, because senior year is going to fly by. It's going to come by so quick. You know, so much things are going to be going on, like prom and just, you know, getting ready for, you know, to graduate, you know, something that you've been waiting on forever, I'm sure. We all know what that feeling is like, but definitely start planning ahead, start looking at good colleges, start really trying to get yourself into the adult life, into the adult world, because senior year is going to fly by so quick and it's going to hit you hard. So definitely I want you, and I don't want that, so I want you guys to be prepared, be planned, start looking, and start really doing some research on colleges and other good jobs and things like that, because like I said, it's going to fly by so fast. You guys will see senior year is going to just go just like that. One day you were a freshman, and then now you'll be graduating. So definitely time flies. So definitely start doing some planning. Definitely. All right, you guys, another step is, or advice, little trick that I would definitely give you guys is, don't fall into negative peer pressure. I know it's hard, you know, with people influencing and trying to just pressure you to do all the kind of things that you normally would not do, but you guys can't fall for that. Peer pressure is, now there can be good peer pressure and bad peer pressure. Now, obviously you'll know the difference. If it's good peer pressure, you know, it's somebody, you know, motivating you to get better grades or to study harder, like that's good peer pressure. But bad peer pressure is like, you know, asking you to do drugs or drink or just stuff that you normally would not do. But don't fall for it, because the people that are normally giving you this, you know, peer pressure or trying to influence you, they're already kind of going down, you know, a path that I don't want for you guys. So definitely do not fall for peer pressure. I know it's so hard with people, you know, trying to get you to do all these new things and just trying to get you to experiment. And I know everybody's going to experiment, you know, everybody's going to try, but it's really not, it's not worth it. It's not something that, just don't do it. Don't try to fall for peer pressure. It's just not good. And I don't want that for you guys. You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys because, you know, I try to be so honest. I've fallen into peer pressure. I've done some bad things, you know, in high school and things like that that I normally wouldn't do, but I learned from it. And now I can give you guys this advice. And just don't fall for bad peer pressure. And if, you know, you are around people that do try to influence you to do things that you normally wouldn't, that aren't cool and that you don't stand by, definitely cut them off. Don't even try to stick around. Don't even try to fix it or talk to them. Just literally cut it off. Keep it moving. Like I said, high school is a big place. There's so many other people you could be spending your time on, getting to know, versus the negative people or the people that just don't have your best interest in heart. Definitely get to know people, really. That's another thing in high school. Really get to know people and figure out if you want to keep them in your life or not. Because, like I said, high school is no different than the real world or at whoever, you know. There are bad people. There are people that aren't going to have your best interest in heart. But it's up to you to weed your way through that. And definitely see for yourself, like, who's genuine and who's not, and who has your best interest and who doesn't. So definitely, you guys, just try your hardest not to fall into peer pressure. It just isn't worth it. In the long run, you don't want to live with regrets. You don't want to have things that you regret that you did in high school. So just don't do it. It's not worth it, guys. So yeah, guys, these are just some tips and tricks I wanted to give you guys about high school and what to expect and what to really get yourself prepared for. I know it's not easy, but you'll definitely love it into transition. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like always, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later.